subscribers, and a big welcome from Canada to everyone who is new here. My name is Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer, and I deliver messages through the cards that help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. So in today's reading, I'm going to be looking at your current connection, and I'm going to be figuring out where it's headed. I have 3 piles for you guys to select from. Pile number 1 has the jar of seashells along with the rose quartz crystal. Pile number 2 has the white candle and the strawberry calcite crystal. And then pile number 3 has the moon and the clear quartz crystal. So I'm going to give you guys a second to select your pile. I'll give you a close-up of everything. And I hope that if you enjoy the reading, you'll think about joining the family and subscribing or giving the reading a thumbs up. And I always love to read your comments, so you can write me something below. And if anyone is interested in working with me one-on-one, I do private readings, and I do have a number of other services, and you can find out more information about that at my website, odessamall.com. So I'll give you guys a moment to select your pile, and I'll see you soon. Hi, pile number 1. So you picked the seashells and the rose quartz, and we are going to be looking at where your current connection is headed. And I also want to mention I'm running a contest right now. You can win a free reading with me. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel and then comment on this reading. And then when I reach the milestone of 6,000 subscribers, I will announce the winner on my community tab. And we're really close, so definitely get in on that. So let's see what cards you have. So you have the 2 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. That's beautiful. The Moon. Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Wealth. Mule, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Independence. Discrimination. Generosity. And snake spirit, time to heal. Okay, so pile number 1. So there are 2 cards here that are indicating that there is going to be a transformation, that there's going to be healing that takes place in the connection that you're currently in. There are a couple of things that are jumping forward here. One is the energy of the mule, where there might be some stubbornness on the part of your partner or even from yourself. And it might make it difficult for you guys to communicate at times and sort of be on this same page. It looks to me like the 2 of you are, you know, in your heart of hearts, you're very compatible and you're really happy together. You might have started off as friends, or you might just feel like your partner is your best friend, or this person that you have the connection with is your best friend. And I think that either the 2 of you have talked about being in a long-term committed relationship, like you've talked about the future. Maybe you've talked about moving in together or getting married or having kids. Maybe you've already taken those steps, or maybe you've just thought about it. It definitely is in your energy. And I think that with these 2 cards coming out first and foremost, there is such a strong compatibility between the 2 of you. And I think that there's a great opportunity for you to have a lot of wealth. And of course, this card is representing financial wealth, but it can be so much more than that. It can be like a wealth of understanding and compassion and feeling a lot of comfort and love. Like it feels to me like the 2 of you have the capability to really meet each other's needs and fill each other's cups, but there's still some friction here. You know, like with the stubbornness, that will definitely make it more difficult to solve issues. Then there's the element of the moon. So the moon is talking about things that are sort of secret or unseen. They might be like things that you guys are upset about that you're not even talking about. Like maybe there's a breakdown in communication because once you start opening up, tempers flare or people get sort of sensitive and hurt and the conversation never goes where it needs to. Or it might be a reluctance to actually come forward because you're afraid of upsetting the other person. There might be other things going on behind the scenes. There might have been things from the past that are still influencing you. Maybe either of you have had negative breakups, or you came from families where there was a lot of instability, and it really influences how comfortable you feel in a relationship. And it looks like before you're going to be able to really fully embrace the 10 of Cups and really feel that full joy and that full togetherness so that you can start to manifest all of this wealth, you're going to have to sort of face some of these issues, and you're going to have to start really being discerning about where the conflicts or where the discomfort is coming from, with the discrimination card coming forward and the independence card as well as the generosity card. It's making me think that there might be a runner-chaser dynamic for some of you. It might be a situation where one person is more more codependent, like really comfortable with a lot of closeness, but it might be to the point where it's sort of extreme. And the other person might be more avoidant in nature, and they need a lot of independence and they run away. And that might cause a lot of friction between the two of you. There may have been times when you have separated and you've come back together, and because of that, there's questions in your minds about whether this could actually stand the test of time. There might have also been, for some of you, a situation where you didn't feel like you were number one. Maybe there were other people on the scene that either you or your partner were sort of casually dating or at least entertaining, and you felt like they weren't they didn't have eyes for only you. Or it could have been that the family just didn't really support you. Your friends didn't support you being together. There was pushback. There was some sort of discrimination that was going on. And there's a fox on this card. So it's sort of like trickster energy. And the thing is that the only way for you guys to really sort of fully embrace this energy of true happiness that is so close, it's within your grasp, is to start being generous with each other, to stop sort of trying to protect your own heart, and to become more vulnerable and really come together as a team, and face this hand in hand, the Two of Cups. I am offering you my cup. I am aware that by doing this, I am vulnerable and you might hurt me. And your partner needs to be able to do the same thing. You both need to be able to sort of say, okay, I don't need to be right. We need to solve this issue. I'm going to try and control the part of me that is so stubbornly digging in their heels. I'm going to try and see things from their perspective, and I'm going to try and heal any of the things that are coming up that maybe aren't even related to this relationship, right? We've all been there before. We've all had moments where, we get upset with someone and then when we step back from it and we reflect, we're like, oh, it's actually because I had a really hard time, you know, with this other person or in this other situation, you know, and maybe you apologize, but like without there being like some correction of that, even if your partner understands where you're coming from, or even if you understand where your partner is coming from, it eventually can erode sort of the foundation of the relationship, and you guys have such a good connection. There's so much to lose. And so now is the time for transformation and healing to take place, to like shed your old skin. Maybe it's a matter of, you know, changing the way you react to things. Maybe it's like doing a little bit of research, you know, like doing a little bit of research into like different communication styles in relationships. Maybe for some of you, you might want to go to a couples counselor, not because you guys aren't a great match. It's clear you're a great match. It's just that there's some friction here that's rooted in the past, and the two of you aren't entirely clear on it. Right? The moon is saying that like there's a little bit of illusion here. Like you're not, like, you might know that some things tend to set the two of you off, but you're not really clear of what the root is. And sometimes having an outside perspective can really help with that. Maybe you want to get a reading done about your relationship. So let's see a little bit more about what the future holds for the two of you. What does the future hold for pile number one's connection? Okay. Whoopsie. 1 second. Oh, you got lots of cards here. Ooh, the future holds so much passion for the two of you. I get the sense that you are already very passionate about each other. I think that you really enjoy your intimacy. I think that your partner thinks you are incredibly sexy. I think that there's an instantaneous attraction. Like when you met, there was just like this magnetism that just drew you together. And even if there has been separation, it's like you just keep coming back together like magnets. And I think that once you guys get to the truth, you got the truth card. Once you get to the truth of like sort of where the frustration is coming from, your passion is going to like amplify like tenfold. It's going to be like fireworks going off between the two of you. There's going to be just such a closeness there, and I think like a stronger closeness than maybe you've ever had with anyone else, because for the first time ever, I think with an intimate partner, you will truly let them in. Really let them see exactly who you are, not shielding, not masking. They're going to see who you are in your heart. And I think the two of you subconsciously maybe are afraid, because you love each other so much, that they won't like who you truly are if you let them see who you are inside. Like there's like subconsciously, it's like you think that there's something damaged or broken about you. Like you feel this way and they feel this way. This is a mirrored energy between the two of you. And the truth is that they are destined to accept who you are. And when that happens, it actually will transform this and heal this. Like those insecurities you have will start to evaporate. You're going to have the confidence that you have been sort of lacking, right? Like not to say that you don't have confidence, but this is like such an ingrained, like deep confidence that like nothing would be able to shake you. And you would also have so much confidence in your relationship. You know, like you would know they are your rock no matter what. You guys are soaring together. You're building a family together, you know, that they are part of your life purpose, to be together, to build something together. I have goosebumps. I am so excited for you guys. Like this is your destiny. And even though it might be really frustrating right now with like sort of the hiccups that are going on between the two of you, and I'm sure that you have lots of really good times, But when it's bad, I think that it's pretty bad. It's really heartbreaking because like you have this soul bond that's just like so intense. But you're going to transcend that. You really are going to be able to move past that and see things from a higher perspective. Like there's so many images here of angels or wings. You know, you're rising above this. It's all part of the plan that you two would come together and there would be this sort of, you know, lesson, this like this little period of difficulty. And you will like, it's, even though it's painful, it's going to make you stronger. Your bond will be stronger. So let's see what else does the future hold for pile number one in their connection. Yeah, a consciousness of lack is what is influencing this sort of, you know, sustained sort of vulnerability that the two of you have, or, you know, the heartache that you have. It's that feeling that maybe I'm going to lose them. Maybe I'm not enough. Maybe, you know, this isn't going to work out. If you can start to be a little more open with each other and a little more, you know, I think that there needs to be encouragement from both of you that no matter what, you have each other's back. No matter what, because I really feel like you're destined to be together. What else does the future hold? Yes, great achievement. You know, that this is part of, you know, your journey together to overcome the consciousness of lack. And like, maybe you don't have a consciousness of lack about your relationship. You know, this might be consciousness of lack about like what you can achieve in life. You know, maybe your partner is feeling like they'll never be able to achieve their dreams and goals. And it's like, you see them as so amazing and they don't see it. But through this like revealing of the secrets or truly letting each other in, you know, like being really vulnerable like you've never been before, it's going to cause this like chain reaction. And you guys are gonna like achieve a lot of greatness together, going back to the wealth, like a wealth of friends, a wealth of experience, a wealth of knowledge, and of course, wealth in your bank account. So I'm gonna get just a couple final cards for you guys to see if Spirit can add anything to this. Like, what does the future hold for pile number one in their current connection? Do you have any final thoughts? Okay. So let's see. Oh, beautiful. Okay, let me just get organized here for a second. Okay. Yeah, so like, maybe you guys have known each other for a long time. You may have been dating for a long time with the Six of Cups. This is talking about a familiarity with another person. It might be that you're reconnected with someone that you dated in the past, that on and off again energy I was talking about. But this might be a situation where you instantly felt like you just knew each other. Like it was just this, you know, knowing. And there is a reason for that. And it's because I was saying, your union is part of your purpose, like your soulmates, you're destined to be together. And if you can stop and meditate and just sort of reflect on like what isn't working and try and, you know, go a little bit deeper. Like sometimes we react from our emotions and we trust that our emotions are guiding us in the right direction, and that our emotions, if they're bubbling up, they must be a reaction to something that is literally happening in our lives right now. But what is coming forward here is that your emotions might be triggered by something that is subconscious, and the only way to get to that subconscious level is to stop and reflect and maybe do some meditation. And you know, everyone does meditation in a different way. So I mean, that this could be you literally going into meditation, like traditional meditation. Or you might just be going on a walk out in nature. This might be you spending time with your pets, but it's going to take a little bit of reflection on your part and really thinking about what you want in life, the Knight of Wands. Like, what are you going after? Like, be mindful of, like, what kind of life do you want? What kind of partnership do you want? And does your partner check those boxes for you? Like, maybe there are some hiccups here and there. Maybe there are some things that need to be healed. But overall, is this person on the same pathway as you? Do they inspire you? Do they support your dreams and ambitions? Because if they do, then that is an indication that it's worth working on. You got the Three of Pentacles. Like, you have the ability to have this great team, this friendship energy, to be able to work together and work through any problem in the physical world, for you to be able to even collaborate with other people. And this is feeling to me like this solution, this healing, is going to be coming to you really quickly. I think that there's the possibility that a whole bunch of little hiccups and annoyances might hit you all at one time. But if you guys can sort of bond together, you will be able to deflect all of this. And it could quickly bring you to a place where you're ready to grow this relationship to the next level with the Empress. And, then it's just going to be like smooth sailing. Not to say that you're not going to ever have hiccups in the future. Of course you will. But like, the kind of instability or the question mark that you have in your mind about whether this is the right person won't be there any longer. Like, as far as I can see, you guys are meant to be together, but it's really up to you, right? You get to choose how you want to walk through life. So if you want this person to be your person, then the healing needs to take place and those pieces of the puzzle will fall into place. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. This was such a pleasure. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments. And of course, that will enter you into the contest that I mentioned. And please subscribe, please like the reading if it resonated for you. And like I said before, I do private readings. You can work with me. I do tarot card readings. I do Reiki. I do past life sessions. I do channeled messages with your spirit guides. You can check out all of that information at my website, odessamall.com. I love you all. I am so grateful to have you in my life, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 2, welcome back. So you picked the white candle and the strawberry calcite. And in today's reading, I'm going to be looking at what the future holds for your current connection. So before we get into the cards, I want to mention I'm running a contest right now. You can win a free reading with me. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel, comment on this reading, and then when I reach the milestone of 6,000 subscribers, I will announce the winner on my community tab, and we are very, very close, so definitely get in on that. So let's see what these cards are. First, you have 7 of Cups, followed by the Page of Cups, and the 5 of Swords. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Vine, seeking out information that will help you. Whale, great worry over nothing. Order. Practicality. Appreciation. And pig spirit, use your mind wisely. Okay, so I feel like the connection that you are currently in may be one that is relatively new. Maybe you haven't been seeing this person for very long, or maybe the two of you are younger and you're sort of like still figuring out what you want to do with the future. You're maybe not necessarily at this stage where you want to settle down. It's possible that this is somebody that you're still like sort of casually dating. It might not be a situation where either of you have completely settled down, like there are options around. Maybe you are decided and you're feeling like your partner hasn't made that decision yet and you're feeling sort of vulnerable as a result. They're coming forward as the Page of Cups. So they are potentially younger than you. They are romantic. They have big dreams about the future. I think that they're an optimist. I think that they sort of have rose-colored glasses. They're probably very sweet and endearing and emotionally vulnerable. They might, you know, write you songs or write you poetry or just like do little romantic things for you. But I also get this sense that sometimes when there is conflict, you have a really hard time sort of resolving things with them. It might be a situation where they will just like walk away, you know, like they shut down, or they might have a really hard time being wrong, you know, like they might not really understand how to like find the balance and the security. I get this sense like they're not necessarily ready to settle down. Although I do get the feeling that you guys have a really great relationship, you know, like there is a lot of balance between the two of you. And I think that you are definitely thinking about them in terms of the future. You definitely want an emotionally secure relationship with someone and you want to be able to settle down. You want to be able to have a family. And maybe you've talked about that with this person. Maybe this is something that you've just been dreaming about on your own, but you definitely think this person is who you have been dreaming of. You know, you can see the two of you creating a life together and you want them to sort of get on the same page as you, I think. I think that you want them to start like settling down and getting practical and like starting to organize things because like you're ready. And on top of that, you want them to appreciate you and see you as the prize that you are above all others. You don't want to feel like you're in competition with other people. This might be a situation where like you are in a relationship, but they'll still make comments about how someone else is hot. And you know, like that kind of thing is coming forward to me as just like immaturity, like not realizing that their words could have an effect on their partner and that effect should matter to them. You know, it might be a situation where they're still very influenced by their friends. And so if their friends, you know, are teasing them or getting on their case about like them being, you know, like catering too much to your needs, like maybe they withdraw because they are succumbing to peer pressure, basically. And I think that a lot of this stuff causes you a lot of worry. I think that you fear that you're wasting your time. You fear that maybe they're cheating on you or they're doing something else that they shouldn't be, that they're not being honest with you, that maybe you're never going to be able to find what you want in love. And I think sometimes you keep tabs on them a little bit. You know, it's either you are checking their social media, maybe you're checking their phone, maybe you're asking other people about it, but you're definitely like looking out, checking and making sure that they aren't up to something that they shouldn't be that would jeopardize your relationship. And what's coming forward is like you don't have anything to worry about with this person. Like they are definitely not ready to settle down. That is 100% true. And they are definitely probably doing silly things that are maybe could be considered reckless, but I don't think that they are betraying you. I think that they're potentially just being young and dumb. And I think that the two of you have the potential to have something really great. But what is coming forward is that you may have to wait with this person until they have finished their cycles, you know, until they have graduated emotionally to being ready to settle down. And you have to be wise and you have to be honest with yourself about how long you want to wait. Because this person can be amazing and be like such a catch and like so great with you. But if you have to wait like 10 years, is that a sacrifice that you're willing to make? Because there are other options out there for you as well. You know, it's not just that there's other options for them. There are options for you as well. And if this person isn't ready to give you the life that you want and you deserve, there are other people that will be on the same page. And I wouldn't want you to close yourself off from those other options because you're feeling like this might be your only shot at happiness and love, because it really isn't. Like, there are definitely other opportunities that will come forward to you. But at this point in time, if you are solely focused on them, those opportunities can't come forward. They can't manifest for you. And I'm not saying that you have to walk away from this connection. What I'm saying is that you need to really think about it, because for each of you, it's going to be different. For some of you, it would be like, no, 100%, you know, I would wait 20 years for this person because we're so connected. We're so good together. And then for others of you, you might be thinking, no, I don't even want to wait 2 years. So like, what's coming forward is definitely that this is going to be a person that you're going to have to wait for, because they need to like sow their wild oats and they need to like mature, because they just truly will not be the partner that you need before they've gone through that evolution. So let's get a couple more cards and find out, what does the future hold for pile number 2 and their current connection? What does the future hold for pile number 2 and their current connection? Okay. Oh, psychic abilities. So this is indicating to me that you have likely already had your intuition speaking to you about this situation. You know, this might be a situation where your intuition is telling you literally exactly the same things that I'm telling you. But this could also be indicating that for some of you, you felt like your intuition guided you to this person. Like there's a psychic link between the two of you. And that is what's making it really difficult for you to sort of walk away, because you understand everything I'm saying, but there is this other thing, that this tie that binds the two of you together. I'm going to get a clarifier on the psychic abilities card, please. Can you clarify the psychic abilities, please? Yeah. You felt like this was your person when you met them. There's just something else there, and you couldn't put your finger on it, and you just knew. It might have been a situation where like you saw them and you were just like, this is the person I'm going to marry. And you haven't been able to get that out of your head. You know, and I think that for some of you, what's coming forward is that you don't necessarily even feel the same way, but because that feeling was so strong in the beginning, you're really having a hard time, because you're questioning, like, what if I'm walking away from my perfect person? So let's get some more cards and find out some more. What does the future hold for pile number 2 and their current connection? What does the future hold for pile number 2 in their current connection? Okay. Yeah, you know, right now, you guys are a little bit stuck. You got the decrease card. So, like, you might have been at a time when you really felt like, I feel so loved. I feel so honored. You felt so celebrated by this person. You felt like, wow, we're completely on the same page. This is exactly what I'm looking for. And you were truly like so grateful that the universe brought this person into your life. But I feel like slowly over time, the love connection, the appreciation, the sort of connection the two of you have had has been slowly sort of dwindling. And maybe now there's like little fights that happen. The two of you are sort of feeling stuck. I do get the sense that like your partner, like I was saying before, might have some issues with immaturity, may not have like the best coping strategies when it comes to dealing with conflict resolution. They might dig in their heels and not be a team player with you. You might feel like you're on opposite teams and like you don't understand that. And what's coming forward is that you've really got to take steps towards what you want in life. You've got to listen to your heart, recenter yourself, and think about the family that you want. You have to be like, you have to be honest with yourself right now about who this person is in this moment and not necessarily who you believe they could be one day, right? It's possible that they could emerge as a different person and be the partner that you want that could have this family with you. But at this point in time, it looks like that isn't the case. And it might take a long time for them to snap into that, but they may not ever. You know, there's lots of people that wait. They wait for a partner and they tell themselves, I am positive that this person will mature with time, and then they get married and they have a family, only for that person to then not ever mature and then leave them when they're at their most vulnerable. And I say this because I know people that have literally had this happen to them, like more than one person, where, you know, if someone isn't ready to be the partner you want them to be, you know, even if you see the potential in them, there's nothing you can do to change that. They have to want it for themselves. And it has to be backed up with action, not just words. Like, you know, I'm sure that when they say these things, that they want these things, they do. But they don't have a practical plan on how they're going to get there. And like I said before, they sort of have this illusionary way of looking at life. Like there's always going to be more time, that they have forever to make these decisions, and they really don't. And they could potentially be like stealing time from you, when you could be like pursuing opportunities that would just bring you so much joy, you know, like. And I also get the sense that there could be like another magical moment. This card always reminds me of Cinderella. Like, you know, are you willing to take that risk so that you can like go to the ball, you know, have the magic happen for you? Because I do feel like you're destined to have a family. And, you know, maybe for some of you, the idea of a family doesn't involve like children. Maybe it's a different type of family that you have in your heart. But there is this stability and this community and this family that it means a lot to you, and it's meant for you. So don't steal that from yourself. You know, you have the choice. And I'm not saying you have to make this decision right now. I would say that you want to think about this for a little while. But I really hope that you're honest with yourself about where this person is right now, because so far I don't see that changing, but I'm definitely going to get some final cards to see what final advice Spirit has for you, pile number 2. What would you like pile number 2 to know about the future of this connection? What would you like pile number 2? Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, so the first card that came out is the Devil, followed by the High Priest or the Hierophant, and then we have the Fool, and then the Sun. So it's sort of reiterating what I was saying before, that the person that you're connecting with definitely has a lot of admirable qualities. They definitely, you know, they have this energy that's very playful and fun, and they like to take adventures, and you feel like life would be very exciting with them, but they still have a lot of their own shadows and illusions that they have to face. There's still some things that they're doing and that they will continue to do in their life that might not serve them well and definitely wouldn't serve you well. They might have to, you know, battle addictions of some kind. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a traditional addiction. It could be, you know, just the addiction to putting their own needs above anyone else. They're sort of like connected to all of the vices of the physical world, like going out, partying, looking a certain way, and like they want to taste and eat it all, but they're not like, they don't feel like there's any consequences to that. And I think that there's some karma that's going to be headed their way. They're going to have to face some of the decisions that they made, and it might be very painful for them. And you're being guided to move towards your happiness. The Sun, this gorgeous goddess with this baby on her lap, and partner with someone like the Hierophant or the High Priestess, someone who has, or High Priest, someone who has stability, somebody who is ready to settle down and make a life, someone who will give you that foundation, that can give you that order and the practicality, and is invested in the same things as you. Don't take a risk on somebody who could end up taking all of that away from you. It would be a very, I think ultimately it wouldn't be the life that you had hoped it would be, and you might end up having regrets, which would be such a shame when the universe is saying that all of your dreams can be yours. They're offering it to you, but you have to be willing to walk through that door. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope that this helped you get some clarity on your current situation. I would love to know. You can let me know in the comments. That also enters you into the contest, of course. And I would love it if you guys subscribed, and if you liked the reading, you could give me a thumbs up. That would be amazing. And like I mentioned before, I do private readings. So if you want to work with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. I do other services as well. I do spiritual coaching, and I do Reiki and channeled messages from your spirit guides, and I also do past life sessions. So have a wonderful day or night. I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 3, welcome back. So you picked the moon and the clear quartz point. And before we get into your reading, I want to mention I'm running a contest right now. You can win a free reading with me. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel, comment on this reading, and then when I reach the milestone of 6,000 subscribers, I will announce the winner in my community tab. And we are very close, so definitely get in on that. So I'm going to be looking into what the future holds for your current connection. So let's see what you have. The first card is the 8 of Wands, followed by the Ace of Pentacles, the Strength card, share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression, hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally, rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over, carrot, opportunity or windfall, rebellion, secrets, domination, and hawk spirit. Let spirit be your guide. Oh my God. So pile number 3, honestly, I feel like this connection is one that is just emerging for you. This might be a situation where you have just met somebody, or this might be a situation where you haven't even met them yet. It's like your intuition is telling you that somebody is coming into your life. Now, for some of you, this might be a situation where you were with somebody in the past and it was very, very difficult, and they are coming back around. It will be different for each of you, but there is definitely an energy here that I think all of you have experienced, where you've had to overcome great difficulties, where you've had to learn a lot about the hardships of relationships, standing up for yourself. You may have felt dominated in your past connections. You may have felt like you had to walk on eggshells, and you experienced a lot of heartache as a result of this. And I think that you have done a lot of work on yourself. Maybe you were single for quite a while, and you've worked on, your feelings about love and connection, and you've really thought about what you need and what you want, and how you can sort of be the best partner to the next person that you connect with. And things are starting to come into focus for you. It might be that an ex has reached out, or someone has caught your eye and you can't really put your finger on why you're drawn to this person. Or like I said, your intuition is just telling you someone is on the way, and where is this headed? Maybe it's been a series of pick a card readings that keep telling you someone's on their way, and you don't know what you're looking for. Like there's a certain element of secrecy that's coming forward here, but it is being guided by your guides or your ancestors. And it's coming in fast with the 8 of Wands. Like this is something that's going to be starting very soon, a brand new beginning in the physical world that's going to feel like a real windfall of opportunity. It's going to feel like everything is coming into alignment. And electric is what's coming forward. It might just be this situation where you don't know why. You see someone, you maybe exchange like a couple of words, and you want to know more, like you're just drawn to them. And a lot of the fears and the feelings that you had about love in the past have started to dissipate. You're like, it's okay, I don't feel that way any longer. I'm willing to take the risk. It's like your heart is mended. Like there is oh my God, that's so funny, because the moon, you picked the moon and the clear quartz. So the moon is connected to secrets and illusions and the things that are unseen. And the clear quartz is known as the master healer that can heal all wounds. Like there is something that is going on for you guys that you didn't see coming. And maybe this has already happened, maybe it hasn't. If you're with somebody right now and you don't have that special spark, that magic that I'm talking about, that might mean that isn't the person I'm referring to. This feels like it's gonna hit you like an arrow to the heart. This will feel like Cupid has struck. You won't miss it. And you may, like I said before, be single and just totally taking a break from love altogether. And you're like, if it happens, it happens. but I'm not on the lookout for the next, you know, love of my life. You know, I've had enough. You might even have a bit of a wall up around this, you know, like I'm sure that you're very friendly and like you're very kind to people, but you're not like flirty with people necessarily. That is going to change. When this person comes into your life, you're going to want to talk to them. You are going to find yourself being flirty in a way that you thought you had forgotten about, you know, like it's just going to come back to you like so quickly. Okay, let's find out some more about the future of this connection. What is going to be happening for pile number 3 and the connection that they have? Oh, it might take a little bit of time for this to come into your life or for you to recognize that that's what's going on. You know, once it hits, you're going to know it, but like it might take a little, yeah, there's a little resistance here. Happiness, happiness. You're going to be so filled with happiness. What's being directly channeled to me right now is that you are reluctant. You know, like I said, you might be getting the vibes. Someone's coming into your life. You know, your spirit guides are telling you now it's time for love. Let's get ready. And you're watching readings and they're telling you this and you're like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not healed. I don't want to do this. And you, because you've closed yourself off from love, you're sort of holding back this like union, either this person coming back from the past, who will be healed, by the way. This will not be an ex coming back with all of the same issues that you had before. If it's somebody coming back from the past, they've done the work, they're in alignment, and things are going to be totally different. And for the majority of you, it's going to be somebody totally new, someone totally fresh, but maybe has this familiarity for you. Like, I know you, like I know your soul, we've met before, like that. Yeah, like I keep hearing that Sleeping Beauty song, I Know You, I know you, I danced with you, or I thought I dreamt of you once upon a dream. I can't remember all the lyrics. It's been a while since I watched the animated Sleeping Beauty, but yeah, you're gonna have this like familiarity with them, like you just know them. Okay, here we go. What do we got? Okay. Yeah, you've been grieving. You've been grieving over lost trust with other people in your past. And you were like really healing. You were gaining back your confidence. I think that many of you felt like you were not going to be able to have the family or the kind of connection that you had hoped for. Maybe some of the grieving and the trust issues that you had that sort of led you to these like difficult partnerships came from your family, right? Like maybe you grew up in a family where like there was a lot of conflict and a lot of fighting and not a lot of great role models on how to like have a harmonious relationship, and you like took the time, you took the mental and physical vacation that you needed from dating to grieve the feelings you needed to, and you emerged, you transformed like this beautiful butterfly. And now you're able to speak your truth about what you want. And that's bringing it into existence. You're manifesting that now. And like, you know, spirit got the message and like someone is on their way. So let's get some more info about what is going to be taking place for you, pile number 3, with this connection. What can you tell me about the future of this connection for pile number 3? There's a real reluctance. I didn't have this with the first 2 piles where the cards are sort of like taking time to come out. Like there is some secrecy about this. I think that there is some magic that your guides want to leave, you know, as a secret so that you can experience that kind of joy. Yes, intuition and manifestation. You have been manifesting this union. And it's coming forward now because you have healed. And of course, the other person must have done this as well. You got the status quo. So the two of you are on this same wavelength. Like, you would not be able to meet this person if they weren't healed, because it wouldn't be the same experience, you know, and it's meant to be a healing experience. You know, like, your higher self is communicating with you about who this person is. You likely have had dreams about this person, or maybe in meditations they've come forward. You might have had readings done by people, or you've watched pick a cards where they've described a particular person, and when you meet this person, or maybe you already have and you're just wondering, like, is this the person? You know, when you meet them, they fit what the description is, or the person that you saw, but you're like really back and forth about this. And I feel like it's time for you to just like lean in, trust. You're ready. Your heart is healed. Like, you're in alignment with what your higher self has been calling you for. I know you might not feel that way. It might feel like you're still vulnerable, but we're all vulnerable. That's what it is to be in love. You have to be open and vulnerable with another person. But this person, even if it's someone that's coming back from the past, it's going to be different than it was the first time around. You're not going to have the same kind of conflicts. You are going to work together as this beautiful partnership. The most difficult part of this situation is over. A beautiful windfall is headed your way. So what else can you tell pile number 3 about this beautiful healing union that they are? Oh my God, the sun. Yes, this is the kind of relationship you've been waiting for all of your life. I think that you didn't believe that it could happen, and you didn't believe that it even existed. I definitely get the sense that, you know, after your last relationship, maybe you thought that you had been scammed, like, by the media and stuff. Like, you had watched too many romantic comedies and, like, you know, like Sleeping Beauty. And you were like, that doesn't exist. And Spirit's about to prove you wrong, you know? Things, yeah, you are 2 of Swords. You're at a crossroads right now. You don't know what direction to go in. You really don't. Like, I think that partially some of you might be in a connection, right? And like I said, it's not feeling like this, then it's probably not the right person. But it's also possible that one of the other piles are for you. But if you're single and you're trying to decide whether, you know, you're going to be able to move forward into a new connection, you might be really reluctant because you feel blind to what might happen in the future. Oh my God, but the future is victory. Like the 6 of Wands, the future is victory. You having the kind of life that you want. Celebrations with another person, being able to have a family if you like, being able to like really enjoy every single day. That's what the future is. And the world, yes, like you having the life that you dreamed of. And you know, it'll be different for each of you. Like, this person wants the same kind of life as you. If you're a person that wants to go and travel the world, then that could be yours. Now, this person might actually be from somewhere else in the world, right? That might actually be partially why this 2 of Swords has come out, because you might be really reluctant about how you're going to make this work. You're like going back and forth because you're like, they live like on the other side of the world. Like, how are we ever going to make this happen? But it's destiny, and you'll figure it out. You'll work it out. You know, like if they're the right person and like, honestly, they're selected by Spirit, how can you say no? And the universe will help you. Like, you know, the universe will help align things and opportunities for you. But like I was saying before, it might be a situation where the two of you go on grand adventures and you travel around the world, or you get, you know, you want to spend the rest of your lives just in nature together. And you're tackling issues together. Maybe the two of you are environmentalists and you want to like work on issues surrounding, you know, healing the earth. And I have one final, okay, we've got two cards. Oh my God. The two final cards are the Lover and the Wheel of Fortune. The time has come. Now it's the season of love for you. Your divine counterpart or your perfect person, the right match for you, is being brought into your life, and I'm being told to say whether you like it or not. You can fight this, but you know, eventually you're going to give in, because it's going to be too synchronistic is one of the things that just came forward, and there's going to be too much connection, too much joy. Like it will be so easy that even though there might be complications, right? Like I was saying before, maybe you're on other sides of the world, other sides of the country. Maybe you have different, like there are other circumstances that make it more complicated. Those will not be enough of a barrier. It won't be, like, because even with all of that, the connection is so pure and strong and healing and abundant and divinely inspired and guided that it's all worth it. You know, like the hiccups and the hang-ups and the frustrations that you had in the past are like non-existent. And the problems that you do face, you're facing together. And that is like what everyone is looking for. I am so excited for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I would love to know your thoughts on this reading. And if it didn't resonate, go and try one of the other piles. And subscribe and comment so you also get in on the contest. And of course, I want you as part of my family. I want to see you guys in the next reading. And if any of you guys are interested in working with me, I do one-on-one readings. You can go to my website, odessamall.com, and you can book a tarot card reading, or I do other services like Reiki, and I do channeled messages from your spirit guides, and I do past life sessions. So have an amazing day or night. I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care.